Good morning, my dear students. A warm welcome to the new session, that is the rise of Maratha power. See, you studied the ancient Indian history and it continued to the medieval Indian history, Mughals and Delhi Sultans. Now we are going through the rise of Maratha power. The decline or struggling power within the Marathas, the many the minor kingdoms or small kingdoms, they started declare their independence. They are quarrelsome. So before that, the rise of Maratha, we have to go back to know about the Marathas, Maratha history, the Maratha geography. In the 7th century, the Maratha area, what present Maharashtra and surrounding areas, was a part of early Chalukyas. They are controlled or they ruled by the Chalukyan dynasty or kingdom. Later it passed into the hands of the Rashtrakutas because the Chalukyas, they are in decline and succeeded by the Rashtrakutas, and later Yadavas controlled over Maratha province or the Maratha region. After that, in the medieval period, a strong empire or the ruling dynasty emerged in India, that is Delhi Sultans and Mughals. They controlled the Maharashtra or the Maratha areas, means the geographical area. Later it was divided or it's a provincial administration given to the after the emergence of Bahmani kingdom. With the breakup of Bahmanis, means Bahmani kingdom also divided into two parts, that is the the Bahmani kingdom divided into 5 Shahi kingdoms. But here, Bahmani kingdom, Maharashtra area divided into 2 provinces, that is Ahmednagar and Bijapur. And now the question will rise, how the integrity or the unity among the Maratha or the unity of Maratha people, how they hege bartave. Here the credit of reorganizing structure maduvanthaddu, reorganizing as a Maratha kingdom. Maratha kingdom hege bantu a concept. The people of Maharashtra, it goes to the great saints or poets like Jnandev, Tukaram, Ramdas. See, these 3 saints highly inspired the Marathi people on the basis of language through their literary work and language. They performed it, they created an awareness among the Maratha people, that is they are belongs to a common language, what present we are calling linguistic states on the basis of language. So here Jnandev, Tukaram and Ramdas, they created awareness among the Mughals, Marathas, that is the patriotism, Deshabhakti, Maratigaru, on which basis, that is literature and language basically. Here Ramdas performed that is the Swarajya, means independent kingdom or independent state. Okay, this movement which led to the led to the spirit of equality. Equality of what? The national pride, the spirit of independence, they are equal, means they all Maratha people, they are equal, means equality spirit avaralli bartave. And this spirit created in 17th century, beginning of the 17th century, Maharashtra suddenly sprang the hands of a great hero or a great person, that is Shivaji. ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, a great person Shivaji emerged in 17th century. By observing or the patriotism or the nationalistic spirit of these persons created an awareness among the Maharashtras or the Marathas to formation of a kingdom. So, in 17th century Shivaji emerged, and the sense of national pride and spirit of independence means we are not dependent to anyone, we are independent. The kingdom challenged. When Shivaji established a kingdom, he faced the many challenges from the mighty empire, that is the Mughals. They are the contemporary rulers of that particular time. See, slowly the Mughal rule they are declining, led to the rise of the small independent states. For example, the concept of India. Now, India the map noduvaga, when a strong power, the absence of strong power, the small kingdoms or petty rulers, they are revolt against existing power and they established their power over the particular region or area. Among them, Marathas are prominent. Marathas, they are the important rulers, they emerge and they declare their independence. Before that, we have to go back the previous history of Shivaji and his parents. Early life of Shivaji, when we learned in our previous classes, the parents of Shivaji and his birth. See, dear students, there is no unanimity opinion regarding the birth of Shivaji. 1627 ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, 1630s ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Exact ಆಗಿ we didn't knew, and of course we are accepted these two dates, but even in textbook it given that is 1627 and 30 also. Some of the historians claim that the year of birth, that is 1630, his parents were, yes, Shahaji Bhonsle and Jijabai were the parents of Shivaji. Okay. Then what about the Shahaji Bhonsle's the occupation and what he was? So, Shahaji served under the Sultan of Ahmednagar. He served as a Sultan. He served as an officer in Sultan of Ahmednagar and later Adil Shahis of Bijapur as a general in his army. As an officer, he served as a general in the Bahmani Sultan's army. Shahaji had been granted two Jahagirs, one in Bangalore, one in Pune. So, it was looked after Jijabai in. So, I told Shahaji Bhonsle, having the two Jagirs, that is the Pune and Bangalore. Pune looked after by his wife Jijabai, and where Bangalore by Shahaji Bhonsle. Okay. Jijabai, so we know who inspired the life of Shivaji, that is Jijabai and his guru Dadaji Kondadeva. She was brave lady of courage and temperament and infused. Always mothers, they are giving the proper education and guidance for their children. So, here in Shivaji's life also, Jijabai trained which way not only conquering, including bravery and as a perfect person. ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ಉತ್ತಮ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ, ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್, ಶಿವಾಜಿ's life turned into ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸನ್ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಹೀರೋಯಿಸಮ್, ದಿ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲಿಸಮ್. ಒಂದು ನಾಯಕತ್ವ, ಧೀಮಂತ ನಾಯಕತ್ವ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲಿಸಮ್, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ನೈತಿಕತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮನೋಬಲವನ್ನು ವೃದ್ಧಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾನೆ ದಿ ಶಿವಾಜಿ. ವೆನ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಶಿವಾಜಿ, ಶಿ ನರೇಟೆಡ್, ಸಿ students, in our life, some of the stories, some of the incidents or some of the events which boosts on us, which boost means namige adanna inspire, we are inspiring from the particular incident or event or person, personality or their policies. So these stories developed the personality of Shivaji and later it make him as a great dynamic person, and successfully he faced the challenges. And before that you have to know one thing, students, the Maratha area, the Maratha kingdom area, ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, they are physically strong. Why they are physically strong? Because that geography makes them as a strong personality. It made them face the challenges. A hill forts irbodu, hill areas, and it resulted they are physically strong because they are hardmanship, they are hard workers. ತುಂಬಾ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತವೆ, ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, so they are the hard work man. Here the geography also made the Marathas into a strong person. So Shivaji ge enagtave, he one side his mother given the proper training, another side the geography also influenced. Yeah, I told students at the young age or the childhood of Shivaji, Jijabai narrates the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata and stories of great personalities. It highly inspired Shivaji and it resulted the formation or foundation of Maratha kingdom. Maratha kingdom. Another great person influenced Shivaji, that is, including these three, another great person, that is Dadaji Kondadeva. Yeah, we know Dadaji Kondadeva, namagella gottide, the teacher and tutor or guide of Shivaji. So he trained Shivaji in not only in proper education or the formal education, he trained Shivaji in the form of which field? The administration. How to administer the day-to-day or day-to-day life, or administration and warfare. Warfare is very important. Shivaji also influenced the saints like Ramdas, Tukaram and Jnandev anta nanu already helidene. Here the another group of people, those who are influenced Shivaji, that is Mavelis. How they supported? They are living in the hill tracts. They are became the friends of Shivaji. They are friends of Shivaji and they are the followers of Shivaji. And I explained they are living in a hill station or hill area, so they are physically strong and they are the hard workers. Now we directly go to the achievements of Shivaji. Students, Note this point here, the birth of Shivaji, parents of Shivaji, his guru, and who influenced the Shivaji. It will come for 1 marks question. Now, the achievements of Shivaji. See, after the foundation, that is the Maratha Empire. So, here Shivaji considered as a founder of the Maratha Empire, though his parent, father Shahaji Bhonsle, he was, Jagir, means or the, general as a officer in, Bahmani kingdom, and Shivaji established the Maratha Empire, and his achievement are, okay, the students, now we are directly go to the achievements of Shivaji, that is the conquest. After the foundation or the establishment of Maratha Empire, he started expansion activity. So, he started expansion activity with the help of his followers, that is Mavelis and other hill or the or other people, means that is the Mavelis and other followers. Shivaji entered into a military career as in early age, that is at the age of 20. At the age of 20, he captured at first time he captured the fort of Torana. Fort of Torana with the help of again Mavelis, and Shivaji also captured many forts, like he captured the many forts like Chakana, Kondana and Simhagada, these fort. Finally, he captured another major fort, that is Purandaragada or Purandara, fort of Purandara he captured from Adil Shahis of Bijapur. See, the sultans of Bijapur having incurred the heavy losses, because of the Shivaji's expansion activity, because they lost Chakana, Kondana and Simhagada and Pratap, Purandara fort, they faced the huge loss. So, what they did? The sultans, because of incurred heavy losses, they imprisoned Shahaji Bhonsle. So, now what Shivaji did? Shivaji, through his diplomatic way, he released his father and he turned his attention to conquer the Konkana coast or coastal areas, because coastal areas are one of the richest area, because we are connect with other countries or countries only through the coastal areas, because the trade and commerce. So, he diverted his attention towards the Konkana coast and occupied a region of Javali, captured a region of Javali. Here and there Shivaji built fort of Pratapagada in Javali. Shivaji built fort called Pratapagada. Okay. These are the beginning or the starting career of Shivaji. Later he started the major attacks with other kingdoms, that is the Shivaji and Afzal Khan. All of you know the incident or stories that Afzal Khan and Shivaji, it happened in 1659. Shivaji and Afzal Khan. Shivaji's military activities. See, the day by day Shivaji increasing his military power and started to expand his territory and captured many forts. These activities against Adil Shahis continued by the Shivaji. So, Adil Shahis or the Sultans of Bijapur and Adil Shahis. So, students, Sultans of Bijapur wanted to punish because they lost their fort, 3 major fort, Kotegalanna, and they wanted to punish Shivaji. They sent Afzal Khan to punish Shivaji. So, what happened? Shivaji tactically, ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು ತಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತವೆ ನಿಪುಣತೆಯಿಂದ. ಶಿವಾಜಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಗರ್ ಕ್ಲೌ, ವ್ಯಾಘ್ರ ನಖ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು, ವ್ಯಾಘ್ರ ನಖ ಅದನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಫ್ಜಲ್ ಖಾನ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಬರ್ತವೆ, ದಿ ಹಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅವರನ್ನ ಆಲಿಂಗನ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಫ್ಜಲ್ ಖಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೂಟೆಡ್ ಅಫ್ಜಲ್ ಖಾನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್. ಸೊ ಶಿವಾಜಿ met Afzal Khan and he killed Afzal Khan and looted or plundered the wealth of Afzal Khan. And it was major humiliation for the sultans, Bijapur sultans. And again in 1661, sultans of Bijapur made a peace treaty with Shivaji and recognized his conquest. In 1661, see, Shivaji and Afzal Khan's incident happened in 1659 and they concluded the treaty with Shivaji in 1661 because the day by day Shivaji conquering the expanding his territory or expansion activity, so it threatened or it feared the sultans and they concluded a treaty in 1661 with Shivaji. Okay, this about the Shivaji and Sultan, Bahmani Sultan or Sultans of Bijapur's incident. Now we are moving to Shivaji and Aurangzeb. At the beginning itself, I explained that the Mughals, they are controlled India in a medieval period. The remaining powers or the small or petty kingdoms, they are the subordinates of Mughals. So now the clashes between Shivaji and Aurangzeb. Why it the competition between Shivaji or quarrel between Shivaji and Aurangzeb? That is only simple reason. Shivaji started to capture the forts of Mughals, many territories of Aurangzeb. See, obviously students, when someone capture our territory, we are resisting. So here the clashes between Aurangzeb and Shivaji continued. To prevent Shivaji's expansion activity, ಯಾಕೆಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತವೆ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್, ಔರಂಗಜೇಬ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಶೈಸ್ತಾ ಖಾನ್. Shaista Khan as a new governor of Deccan region. So he appointed a new governor, Shaista Khan, to Deccan province or the South India. What we are calling that is Deccan Plateau ಅಥವಾ ದಕ್ಷಿಣದ ಪ್ರಸ್ಥಭೂಮಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅದರ್ ಏರಿಯಾಗಳಿಗೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮರಾಠ ಟೆರಿಟರಿ. ಶೈಸ್ತಾ ಖಾನ್ ಸಕ್ಸೀಡೆಡ್ occupying the vast Maratha territory. What happens when he appointed, he started to recapture the territories which they lost earlier. Shaista Khan captured it, and that is, for example, Chanaka and Konkana area and Chanaka fort captured by Shaista Khan, including Pune. Remember this? Pune as a Jagir of his father. So, he captured Pune also. And where Shaista Khan stayed at Pune? See, he stayed in the house where Shivaji spent his childhood. ಬಾಲ್ಯವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳೆದನೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇಷ ಖಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಶಿವಾಜಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾನೆ ಪುನಃ ವಿತ್ ದಿ few of his followers. He entered with a few soldiers disguised as a marriage party. How he entered Pune? As a members, those who are going to the marriage ceremony or marriage function, because he known his home, because he spent his childhood at Pune, that particular home, and attacked Shaista Khan. So he lost his finger. Shaista Khan lost this surprise attack and fled or alinda ran away from the Pune and saved, okay, escaped with the life. He saved his life. And this incident, one of the famous incident or the major incident of the life of Shivaji, and it became the fame. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧತೆಯನ್ನು ತಂದುಕೊಡ್ತವೆ. This about the Shivaji and Shaista Khan. Here also the sultans, they failed to control or capture Shivaji. Third one, attack to Surat. Attack to Surat. So he attacked, the attack on Surat in 1664. Shivaji attacked Surat and plundered it, the richest port on the west coast. In this attack, he collected 1 crore rupees. Remember students, 1 crore in 1664. Just imagine the value of 1 crore in 1664 and present. So he captured huge amount of 1 crore rupees. So English here, because these coastal areas helped British also. When he captured the port of Surat, British helped Mughals, because Mughals controlled India. So British helped, Mughals were beaten back. On hearing the arrival of the Mughals force, when he engaged in Surat, when he heard that news, Mughal army, they are coming to resistance. ಅಂದರೆ ಇವನ ದಾಳಿಯನ್ನು ತಡೆಯುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದಾಗ ಶಿವಾಜಿ ಫ್ಲೀಡ್, ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೂರತ್. ಹಿ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಸೂರತ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ದಿ ಔರಂಗಜೇಬ್ appointed Raja Jai Singh against the Shivaji to defeat Shivaji. Who sent Raja Jai Singh? Aurangzeb sent Raja Jai Singh against the Shivaji. Jai Singh, he started to capture or he conquered many territories of Shivaji, and the forts like Purandara, Raigad, Purandara, these major forts which are captured by Shivaji as in earlier, recaptured or reconquered by Raja Jai Singh, and finally Shivaji and Raja Jai Singh both are signed a peace treaty or agreement, that is called the Treaty of Purandar in 1665. So 1 marks question students, it will come for chronological order also. The Treaty of Purandar 1665 signed between Shivaji and Raja Jai Singh. According to this treaty, Shivaji given up the 23, he surrendered 23 forts to Mughals and he remained 12 forts. Okay, he retained 12 forts. So according to the treaty of Purandarada Prakara, he given 23 forts to the Mughals and 12 forts to he retained. ಅವನ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, and according to the treaty, Shivaji agreed to pay annual tribute, ವಾರ್ಷಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಕಪ್ಪ to Aurangzeb, and in return, according to the treaty, Shivaji's son Sambhaji appointed as a Mansabdar of 5,000. Mansabdar of 5,000. Say Mansabdar means what? In previous lesson you studied. Mansabdar means ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಏನಿದೆ. Sambhaji appointed as a Mansabdar of 500 and they invited, due to the compulsion of Raja Jai Singh, Shivaji visited Mughal court. Because after the treaty, Jai Singh requested and because of compulsion, Shivaji visited Mughal court and he was insulted by the Mughal courtyard or the Mughal ruler. Aurangzeb insulted and imprisoned Shivaji. Because of some incident, the Shivaji raised and he imprisoned in 1666 he was imprisoned. And after that, students, you might be studied in your previous class that how Shivaji escaped. Okay, he started a new plan that he was not well, he was ill. Shivaji pretended to be ill and sent out baskets of fruits to be donation for whom? For charity. So basket of fruits to charity. Okay, and avana plan adu, avana yochane agitu, he planned. By getting the opportunity, Shivaji escaped with Sambhaji. Shivaji and his son Sambhaji escaped from Delhi atava imprisoned in the hiding the how? By hiding in baskets and reached their kingdom, that is Maratha kingdom. Finally they reached. Then he started he conquered twice Surat. Later he conquered twice Surat because in 1650, so in 1650s he conquered, I explained that he conquered Surat, and 1659 he conquered Surat, then 1661 the agreement and he captured, and Delhi ಹೋದ ಮೇಲೆ incident ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ he was recaptured twice Surat in 1666 and he conquered almost all the forts which are surrendered earlier to the Mughals. Mughals ಗೆ ಮೊದಲು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೋಟೆಗಳನ್ನು reconquer ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಶಿವಾಜಿ. Aurangzeb, he was unable to stop or suppress the Shivaji's conquer because students, we have to notice one point here. The Shivaji or Marathas, they are followed the guerrilla warfare, means the surprise attack. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಡ ಬಲ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಅಪ್ಪಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್, because they are living in hill region, they are successfully knew the way how to attack, where to attack. So the Aurangzeb completely failed to control the succession or the capture of the Shivaji's territory. ಅದನ್ನ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. So finally they are ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, given up the Maratha territory, not given up, but they tried to control. See, after this annexation or the capture of these territories, Shivaji's coronation later aguvanthadu. At the beginning he was not coronated. After all these achievement, Shivaji coronated in 1674. Note this point, students. 1674 he was coronated. His coronation took place in Raigad with the title that is Chhatrapati. With the title that is Chhatrapati. 1 marks question. Okay. Later Shivaji, after the coronation, Shivaji started to capture his expansion activity for the different areas that he conquered, captured Hubbali, Jinji, Vellore, these areas. Okay. And Shivaji later, this is enough for you, his alligadu saku, he died in 1680. He died in 1680. So, students, these are the early life achievement and his childhood conquest, establishment of strong empire of Marathas, administrative system of Shivaji. All of you know how Shivaji founded an empire, kingdom, and what are his administrative systems, which system he followed. So, here in administration he was divided into the central government, provincial government, military system, revenue administration and judicial system. So, as a day to day life and for the progress of his empire, he maintained a strong administrative system, that is the military administrative system. Directly we go through the central government. Which form of the government he followed? Who are assisted or who are supported Shivaji, and the administrative system and their duties and their charges. In central government, Shivaji followed, he was assisted by the 8 important officers called Ashtapradhana. Ashta means 8. Ashtapradhanas assisted Shivaji in the appointed for the day to day administrative system or the smooth run of the administrative system. So, he followed, maintained an efficient administrative system, and but though the Ashtapradhanas supported or helped Shivaji, but king was the sole or supreme head. King was the supreme head of the government. He formed the council of ministers. These ministers called Ashtapradhanas. Who are the Ashtapradhanas? The Ashtapradhanas means 8 important officers, okay, supported him, that is, or they helped him. The Peshwa. Peshwa means the prime minister. Peshwa means prime minister, whose duty was he looked after the general warfare, or essentially generally warfare and interest of the state or subject. He looked after the interest of the subject and he maintained, or he looked after the warfare. ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಜನರ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಜನರ ಹಿತಾಸಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ದಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆರ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಶ್ವಾ. ಅಮಾತ್ಯ. ಅಮಾತ್ಯ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್. He assisted in holding the financial department. Third one, Mantri means chronicler of the king. He assigns the day to day life, or he will kept a diary of the king's day to day activities. means daily activity like PA. Okay. Sumant, in charge of foreign affairs, means he control, he was in charge of the foreign affairs. For example, the concluding the treaty or the receiving the and conducting the smooth run of the relation between two countries or these two kingdoms, ado in charge of yardagittu Sumant. Then Sachiv, the royal correspondence, the Sachivana ಕೆಲಸ ಇಷ್ಟೇ, looked after royal correspondence. Next one, Pandit Rao or Dhanadhyaksha. Pandit Rao or Dhanadhyaksha. Dhanadhyaksha, in charge of religious matter and donations to the charity or the temples. Elige he donation or he looked after religious matter. Who? Pandit Rao or Dhanadhyaksha. Next one, Senapati or Sir A. Naubat. Sir A. Naubat anta karayalagtave. Senapati, his main duty, he looked after or the in charge of army. Name itself indicate Senapati, in charge of army. Last one, Nyayadish. Among Ashtapradhanas, the last one, Nyayadish, he was looked after or he was in charge of the law, means the civil, responsible for the civil and the military. Chief Justice, he simple agi helbekidre, he played as a worked as a Chief Justice. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಅಷ್ಟ ಪ್ರಧಾನಾಸ್, they are assisted the Shivaji's central administration. There are 18 departments in the government which were under the control of the control of various ministers. Shivaji established 18 different administrative units which are looked after by the different ministers. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. They are guided by, yes, of course, these 18 Ashtapradhanas or 18 department or 18 minister, but finally it was looked after by Shivaji. So he controlled, taken the decision. The second one, the provincial administration. See, the provincial administration means king unable to directly administer the whole provinces. Direct agi avanige hoglike agodilla. So he divided provinces into many kingdom into many provinces. He divided kingdom into many provinces. That is, especially in the concept of Marathas, we are having the 4 major provinces. Yavudella, and they are having the concept of Swarajya. The provinces called Swarajya. So Ramdas concept, that is the Swarajya, it was followed by the Shivaji also. A viceroy called Sardeshmukh. Kingdom divided into 4 provinces and they are called Swarajya. A viceroy called Deshmukh. He was the head of province. So Sardeshmukh was the head of the province, and he was appointed, for each provinces he appointed Sardeshmukh. Yaro, the Shivaji appointed Sardeshmukh for the each provinces. Swarajya were subdivided into number of prantas. Sardeshmukh divided into number of prantas, and prantas means the present concept, group of districts. It's a group of districts, or it's called each districts called Desha. Each district were called Desha, who was looked after by Deshmukh. Desha under the control or the in charge of Deshmukh or Deshpande. They looked after the day-to-day administration of Desh, means the districts. The districts were further divided into paraganas. For the administrative purpose, the smooth run of administration, these Desh divided into paragana. Paraganas means, for example, looked after by, looked after by Desai. Who looked after paraganas? It looked after by Desai. He was the head of paragana, and village was the smallest unit of administration. Village was the smallest unit of the administration because it was a base or grassroots. Allinda administration irtave. So here the provincial administration alli yen irtave, kingdom divided into 4 provinces, that is called Swarajya, and each provinces looked after by Sardeshmukh, and Swardeshmukh or the provinces divided into prantas or the group of districts. And each group of districts alle athava yav district ge head yaru, they are that is called Desha. Desha under the control of Deshmukh and Deshpande, and again Desha further divided into Paragana, and it was looked after by Desai. The lowest unit of administration was, that is, village. Smallest administration group agirtave. And Shivaji introduced a new system of the collection of the revenue, granting the jagirs. Earlier, the kings or the rulers, they are giving the jagirs, andre avara kelsakke jagirs, to the officers, and now Shivaji abolished the payment or the distribution or granting of jagirs, and he started new system, that is, he paid salaries in the form of cash, not jagirs. These are about the provincial administration. The third one, revenue administration. Which are the sources of the revenue? Which are the sources of the revenue? Because for the day-to-day and maintenance of army, they required the huge amount. So I explained in the previous session, that is, the Marathas, they are lived in hill areas. They have to bound to the land because of hard work. They are strong. So agriculture was not easy for Marathas. Because of these mountains and all, it's not easy for Maratha. So Shivaji, they try to earn some other sources, means capturing the forts, plundering the wealth. So Shivaji's revenue administration, he classified land, the existing land, into on the basis of fertility of the soil, bhumiya phalavattate, fertility of the soil and yield, because without considering the fertility of the soil and yield, we are not supposed to fix, we are unable to fix the amount or tax kodlikke agodilla. Land revenue increased later period. So land revenue increase ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. How? The earlier he introduced 30% of the land tax, and later it increased into 40%. Students, he fixed the land revenue, that is the 30%, and later increased the as a time bandaga adana later increased as a in the period later periods. Students, the Shivaji paid revenue paid in the form of cash and kind, hanada ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ and vastu ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ. He received the revenue in the form of cash and kind whenever the natural calamities, because obviously the natural calamities will occur bandaga, occurred, Shivaji exempted tax. See, when we compare to the previous classes or medieval period, the kings, they insisted and they are forcibly collected the taxes, but Shivaji's condition during the natural calamities or any other famine or earthquake, flood, he exempted the tax. Okay, Shivaji collected the two special taxes, that is Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. The two important taxes collected by the Shivaji, that is Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. Students, remember, this will come for 2 marks question, the Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. What do you mean by Chauth? The neighboring, Shivaji attacks neighboring territories, yavado neighboring territories. When he attacked the neighboring territory, he collects kingdom, that kingdom is not under the direct control of Shivaji, where he gave, they have to give 1/4 of land revenue for military protection. See, neighboring territories, those were captured, they are not direct control of Shivaji, Shivaji direct control alli irudilla, they are paying 1/4 of income revenue to the Shivaji. Why? For the military protection. Military protection ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತದ್ದು. Next one, Sardeshmukhi, the rights or tenants along with the regular tax, they are paying some portion of the taxes to the king. Along with the tax, they are tax to the local revenue officers had to pay additional tax. See, rice or farmers, they are paying the taxes to the king. Along with that, the additional tax, that is the 10% of tax, they are directly paying to the Shivaji. So, this is called Sardeshmukhi. So, students, 2 marks question, that is, which are the 2 taxes collected by the Shivaji, that is Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. These are about the revenue system of Shivaji. Then now we move to the military system. Which form of the military he organized? Shivaji built a strong military system. His kingdom was a military state. Obviously, we know since his beginning, he started as a career as a war man. He captured, annexation, expansion of his kingdom. King was the head of the military. So, king was the supreme head of the military and he controlled all the officers. He was assisted by Senapati. Senapati they played the major role in the day-to-day administration, and along with Senapati, he formed organized infantry, cavalry and artillery, and he used animals like camels and elephants to carry war equipments and transportation. So, king assisted by Senapati along with the 3 wings, that is infantry, cavalry, artillery, and he used some of the animals to carry the war equipments, that is camels and elephants. He introduced the special war tactics that is called guerrilla warfare. He followed guerrilla warfare. I explained in the previous session that the Shivaji or Marathas, they are living in hill areas. Hagagi, they know the war tactics, the surprise attack. War tactic means the surprise attack. Left, right, front, back, up, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದನೂ ಆಗಬಹುದು. That is the surprise attack. A special war tactic followed by the Marathas, that is the guerrilla warfare. That is called mountain warfare ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಂಡೆ ಎಡೆಯಿಂದ ಮರದಿಂದ ಹಾರಿ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಆಸೆ ಏನು ಬಲದಿಂದ ಎಡದಿಂದ ಮುಂದಿನಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂದಿನಿಂದ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಗೆರಿಲ್ಲಾ ವಾರ್ಫೇರ್. And soldiers are not supposed to they ill-treat. He given this some special training to this soldiers, that is they are not ill-treat yaranna women's, particularly merchants, Brahmins and cows and agriculturists. Cow slaughter was completely banned, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ oppose ಮಾಡಿದ್ದವ. So he was not permitted, strictly implemented some rules and regulation for his army, that is not to illiterate women, merchant, Brahmin and cows and agriculturist. He follow different militaries. He introduced the different military officers organized by the Shivaji, that is the Naiks and Havaldars, and Jamaldars, Hazaris and other officers in his military administrative system. Shivaji maintained a powerful, we have the reference that Shivaji maintained a powerful navy of 200 people. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ? 200 people. And here he built navy also, because the coastal areas he controlled with the help of navy. Kanheri Angre was a general or the admiral of his navy. So Kanheri Angre, the admiral of the Shivaji's navy. So he consists 200 ನಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು 200ರಷ್ಟು ನೇವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬಲ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು. The next one, the judicial system. Which judicial system followed? Here, king was the supreme head of the administration. King, supreme head. Yes, of course, in each and every kingdom, king was the supreme of judiciary, or and he introduced rules and regulation. The civil cases were divided, where in the case of civil cases, there are the civil and criminal cases. Civil cases were decided by the village panchayat. Civil cases decided by the ground level, that is the village panchayat, and criminal cases by district officers and governors. Governors and district officers, they looked after the criminal procedure or criminal cases. If people not satisfied with these rules and regulation, or the judgment which are given by the local or the village level or district level, they can appeal a king and Nyayadish. Ultimate king, Nyayadish and king. So if people they are not satisfied, they appeal Nyayadish, then finally approach to the king. Nyayadish responsible for the civil and military justice. So he was in charge, responsible for this for the civil and military justice ಗೆ ಅವ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. So these are about the administrative system of the Shivaji. These systems introduced Shivaji, and after the death of Shivaji, Slowly Maratha empire began to decline because of various reasons, and inefficient and weak successors, they unable to compete with other powers. So, finally Mughal came to Mughals capture Mughals as well as in the conflict between Mughals and Marathas till Shivaji, he fought with the Mughals and finally their empire came to an end. Students, in this chapter there are few questions, that is 1 marks. I explained that the parents of the Shivaji, birth, coronation, his title, 2 marks question, revenue, and his 5 marks question, that is the administration and his conquest. These are regarding the Maratha power. Thank you.